Ano-chan and her brand new song. Could there be anything more exciting to talk about? In my opinion, no. And so that's what we're going to be talking about now. I am so genuinely, really, really thrilled by this song. Welcome to Ears to These, everyone. But I was excited when we said that this was going to be the topic we were talking about today. I'm really impressed and excited that you, Neon, you seem to be equally excited about this.
I love this. I love this. And I was always one of those people where I was kind of like, it took me a while to warm to her, but I must admit, the latest song, I mean, I watched that music video and oh my God, like somebody needs to take the sugar off her Cocoa Pops in the morning. She is metal.
It's keeping her alive. That's the way that we sustain our Anna. Oh man.
She is running off pure sugar, I swear.
All right, so because we all know that I could go into like a 40-minute rant about this on my own, I want to open the questions more to you first of all.
Ooh, okay.
So, in all fairness though, in your opinion, Neil, how did this fit based on your expectations of Anna? Because obviously she's had some interesting songs in since the first album came out. Her last couple of singles have gone into slightly different direction. You could see that she's trying to sort of, if you like, tick off the various parts of her sound and keep that broad spectrum of different genres that she does. How did you feel though this met your expectations? Would you say this is like core Anna or
I didn't even know what to expect on this one, to be honest. Like halfway through the song, and the burning thing in the back of my head was just like, what the hell do I even class this as? Like, there's a little bit of like hard style just like thrown into the halfway through the song, and I'm just like, yeah,
yeah, it suddenly goes like really heavy, like sort
yeah,
of EDM halfway through.
and I'm like, oh my God. It's everything that I love about Anno. It's quirky, but the video itself is so colorful. It's so bouncy. I love the music video, by the way. Like everything about it is just amazing. I
Have
think
you seen the cover for the single?
no, I haven't. I haven't. I probably need to.
I'll try and find that and put that in chat while we're talking. But yeah, sorry, carry on. I'll
Yeah,
find
but
it.
just everything. It was so colorful, so bouncy. There was so much going on here in this song, to be honest. I like at one point I was like, is this like over the top overkill? Is this maybe a little bit too much? But then the song just continued. I was like, you know what? No, I'm just having so much fun here. And I think that is the key word to this song is fun. And I said that during my reaction. I said, look, we forget sometimes that music is like you can experience it, and you can like people can fall into traps of being a little bit repetitive and trying to like to appease the audiences. But we sometimes forget like music, just like any other forms of entertainment, whether it be movies, games, whatnot, it can just be fun sometimes.
But
And
when you say fun, it's interesting because it sounded like you were conflating two things. And I actually kind of agree here. You were talking about fun, but you're also talking about, not being repetitive. And I think the fun you were talking about is not just the fun of the audience enjoying it, but the fun of the artist being able to do something that is a little bit wild, a little bit crazy, a little bit maybe it won't land,
mm,
but hey, let's go there.
but let's just
Maybe
do it
people will find us too
anyway.
weird, but let's do
Yeah,
it because it's a fun thing to do. I
yeah.
think I felt that's kind of what I took from what you said there.
Yeah, yeah,
I
and
did.
that's what I mean. Like you can tell that she's having fun, and just by virtue of like her having fun, you have fun with the song as well. It's just it's kind
I
of it's
just
kind of
sent you I
oh,
sent you the cover by the way, so you
send me
can
the
see that as
cover.
well.
Let's have a look at this. Let's have a look at this.
I think it's brilliant.
Oh my days, that is.
That's wild.
That is what I love how they made it look like one of those old school like 70s like toys that used to get like the 50p magazines and you used to have a little
Yeah.
toy at the front. I love that.
Well, the interesting thing is as well is the warning message in the top right hand corner. It's very small. You can't quite see it.
Mm.
But if you zoom in and read that, it's actually the thing that the woman is saying over the closing credits. It says, accepting unfounded information or engaging in unwarranted criticism indicates brain development equivalent to that of a child under 3 years old.
Yes, I heard that in the music video. And I kind of looked at that and I was like, 2 seconds into the camera and I was kind of like, well, I can't criticize the song now, can I?
So fucking balls in your court, mate.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah. Sure, like that is Anno from the other side of the world going, checkmate.
yeah. I mean, obviously, I want to keep it all in the positive, but it is worth mentioning that, I mean, one of the things that Anna is kind of known for is she'll occasionally put out, she puts out tweets and things that sometimes she deletes where you can see she's really letting out a little bit of, I don't know, inner demons is a bit strong, but she's obviously letting out things that frustrate her. She's letting out, we all have those dark moments, and I think she lets those out and then, deletes them. And so it's obvious this is a woman who has a darker side and a lighter side, as many people do, but as creatives often have in a more extreme way. And so when I see songs like the last song she released, which basically translated to Only Two People in the World, there's kind of a profound darkness to that. And again, it shows this sort of woman very much entrapped in an apartment, similar to the Delete music video. And there's this feeling that she's very good at engaging with that. And I love that because I feel it's so honest, but I love it twice as much because of the fact that she isn't wallowing, because you see this opposite side of her where she's also willing to indulge in the crazy, hey, if all the guardrails were taken down, this is just me exploding with all that creative joy. Like that's coming out of her. And I feel that the fact that she has those two extremes is what makes both of them feel much more valid.
Yeah.
Like this has all the craziness of Kyari Pami Pami. And of course, Kyari Pami Pami has a very dark backstory. But the interesting thing is that whereas Kyari Pami Pami, it was just about sort of creating this sort of fun space. I feel with Anna, there's this feeling that even when she's fun and she's happy, it almost feels more joyful because you can kind of see it in contrast to the other side of herself that she equally expresses.
Yeah, I mean, there's an old sort of like blind belief that the best musicians, the best artists in our world are the ones that are something quite not right about them. They do have that, they see the world differently to probably the casual person, and that's one of the reasons why they're able to give us songs and emotions and stuff like that normal people wouldn't be able to construct in a decent way.
It is true that I think, as I say, all great art comes from a degree of, I don't know if this is
Madness.
verbatim. No, I was going to say madness, a degree of, although that might be the result of what I'm about to say, but from a degree of struggle.
Mm.
If you do not struggle, then I mean, this is why you often find that nepotism doesn't work for artists, because a nepo baby is less likely to be artistically creative because the chances are that daddy and mummy made it pretty sure that they weren't going to have to struggle much in life. And it you don't want people to struggle, but that struggle is often what informs it.
Mm.
Funny thing is, when I do the band broadcast channel, which for anyone who doesn't know is a channel where I interview Japanese artists here, so often, like the last question we ask to every single artist, and these are often the upcoming artists who are not famous yet in any significant way. We asked them, if there was one thing you could take out of the world, it could be gone tomorrow, anything, a food and emotion, what would it be? What would you erase forever? And the one thing that well, a very large number of them have said to me is they started off by saying, well, do you know what? I wouldn't erase struggle because I feel like without hard times, I wouldn't be able to do this.
Mm.
And it's interesting how so many musicians seem to be very aware of that. So yeah, again, when I see Anna doing this kind of music, it's so much more fun because you can just, you feel good for her. You feel that feeling of it's an artist who it's like, I have my bad days. This is my good day.
Yeah.
And this can be a good day for you too. And I love that side of what she does so much. I
Mm.
really do.
I mean, I just love that a complete, absolute bonkers and Nate nature of the song as well, by the way. The music video, just everything. It's like it's Anno, but it feels like it's Anno dialed up to 11 a little bit. It's just it's crazy. I just
Any particular highlights, anything that stood out to you in the song or the video that you want to maybe
just
bring
everything.
to memory?
The art style, her mannerisms.
Mm.
Like there's so many things I could say, and probably not enough time to go through them all. But I just love everything. I love the craziness of the song. It wasn't this is another thing I was saying as well. It wasn't really structured, the song. I mean, it was in its own kind of way, but it
I
was
see
like
what you
so
mean.
left field that it just kind of just followed its own weird kind of pattern. That's kind of the same with the music video. I love the opening to this where it's like this big menacing cat, and then like the camera pans out and it's like this cute little spaceship, and I'm like, oh, and then it zooms into her when she's in this like bathtub full of like weird fucking cat ghosts or whatever it is. It's so bonkers.
Yes, I forgot about that.
Yeah, it's so bonkers, but at the same time, you're just like, oh, it's gonna be one of those videos. But I
Yeah,
like that.
exactly. Exactly. I think you kind of hit the nail on the head with that. I mean, one of the interesting points I make, because I was thinking when you made that comment about it being rather unstructured. Um, it was interesting because I feel like the song actually, if you really take it back to its basics, sorry, I just hit the microphone. If you really take it back to its
Bonk.
basics, the song is basically intro, verse, chorus. But it's kind of taking that thing that we say so good about Japanese songwriting that often the two verses are not the same. It's taking that to the extreme that the first verse kind of builds you up, but then the second verse is just like, here's a bit of melody, and then that EDM bit. And it's kind of like we are kind of doing the verse, chorus thing, but it's just like everything between the two choruses is so bizarre and so bonkers. And then even the two choruses aren't actually the same. Like the last chorus is double time, which
Yeah.
could be overlooked, but the beat just kicks in and it's like you got that
Yeah,
double time sort of like
it's like somebody's asked Anna, like, "Oh, what do you want in this little space here?" And she's just turned around and gone, "Yes." No, no, yeah, what does that mean? What do you want? Yes. All right, we'll just fill it with everything.
do the crazy thing.
Yeah, do the
It's
crazy
like
thing.
it's like break in case of having to go absolutely freaking mad. Yeah.
Mm.
Uh,
The
but
spontaneity of this music is what makes it charming, though, as well. Along with her attitude and her personality, her bubbly personality, it makes it gives it a certain charm to it. I quite like it.
sorry, when you said the what gives it a certain charm?
Oh, I said when put in with like everything, the bonkers natures of it,
Oh, bonkers nature.
yeah,
Okay.
with her personality as well. Like once you get like her bubbly kind of like personality over this sort of bonkers song, it does put a really nice kind of like charm sheen on it. Which I would say that very few people actually probably capture, and she's definitely one of them.
Do you think, I mean, again, I would sort of attribute that to the fact that she comes across so unbelievably honest.
Mm.
I mean, is that something that you would, I mean, you obviously I know you've been following her music, but not quite as so wrapped up in it as I am. I mean, would you say that that's something that you feel from the outside, or is that something where it just kind of comes across, or does it just feel fun, or do you feel like something
It probably
beyond that?
feels fun. I probably don't know all the subtle nuances like probably
Hmm.
you do when it comes to like the inner workings and maybe some of the subtle messaging. But for me, it just comes across as like just really fun, really bouncy, and it kind of just oozes charisma a little bit. Also, another thing I want to point out, I've had so many comments on my videos that said people get really annoyed with the amount of hats she wears. I fucking love the hats, by the way.
Wait, all right. Who the hell's got a problem with Anna wearing hats?
I know, like lots of people say she looks so cute. She should stop wearing the hats, and I'm
Yeah,
like, no, the hats must stay.
this channel was built on hats.
I know
What the?
exactly, exactly. You bark up the wrong tree when you're telling us that she shouldn't wear hats. No, more
I don't
hats,
know. I
more
mean,
hats.
I had never actively noticed that before. I'm just gonna go. I guess she. I guess she's. I'm gonna look through her music videos. Yeah. Okay. She's wearing hats in maybe half of them. Not. It's not that much.
No one likes a good hat. I think she looks cute in those little
Yeah.
woolly hats. I like them.
So maybe we'll get around here to
She's
Zeus hat one day.
slacking though, unlike us, we wear hats in 100% of our videos.
So we're actually complaining the opposite way. We're complaining that she
Mm.
needs more hats.
More
Okay.
hats.
Um,
Yeah.
I think that's a ludicrous thing that I'm willing to back up. As more hats are enough. So from this perspective, though, I mean, obviously this all implies the build up to a new album. I feel the first three songs that she's dropped for the new. Well, I mean, she has said there's going to be a new album, but I mean, I'm assuming these three songs are going to be on the album. And there is a feeling that again, she's really covering a lot of variation. She's working as she always seems to with people who are very much on board with what she's trying to do. You know, the
Yeah.
songs still feel very genuine. But I guess the thing that really comes to mind when I hear this is that she seems to be, how to say, she seems to be very honest about what she wants to achieve musically, you know?
Yeah.
There's never a feeling that there's any guardrails on her music. Does that make sense? It's like with some artists,
Yeah.
once they've clearly had a big success, like their following songs come out, and you just get the feeling that they kind of know the formula and they're repeating the formula.
Mm.
I feel like we get in the same variations, we're getting the same vibes, but more because that's just what Anno is, rather than she's trying to repeat any past glory. Maybe that first single, the first single that came out, yeah, okay, that did have a slight vibe. It looked a little bit like maybe she was trying to do something similar to the Chainsaw Man theme tune again. But with exception to that, and even that was a bit of a push. But I would say that all of these songs, they feel like they're something new. They don't feel just like retreading. You really have to reach to compare them too heavily to a song from the last album. So I just feel like she's got a lot more to say and she's still saying it, and that's kind
Yeah.
of a pleasure to me.
I mean, the thing that I look forward to this, I mean, if this is like the one extreme where she like, just lets her ADHD just run wild, I'm really interested to know kind of like as well how that's going to go on the opposite spectrum, like when we do get to like the sort of darker side of Anno as well, because I enjoy that just as much as the bright sunny side, and I reckon this could shape up to be a really career defining album just off the basis of just this one song alone. I'm genuinely excited to hear this and experience it.
I did say that her last album, in my estimation, was the album of the year when it came out. I thought that was absolutely astounding. But I was kind of like in a situation there where I had like pop and rock albums, and so like it was a hard one to compare. But when it came to stuff coming out and just the generally genre blurring space, I think that first album was astounding.
Mm.
But this one, as you say, career defining, I don't know, but I guess in a way, having a second really strong album can define your career. It can show that you're here to stay rather than just one good album and out. And I feel like this could be the case. But yeah, in this particular video, to me, this is pretty much. Is it the most? I was thinking most bonkers. I have to compare it to the video that she did for. I can never remember the name. The Neko song where it's basically like she's mining, then she's driving into dreamland, and then she's on a stage and there's puking cats everywhere and there's explosions, and that I think that one might have been marginally more crazy
I
than
forgot
this,
about that one.
but only just. Yeah, I mean, there is a bit at the end where she's literally like in some kind of questionable garb in a digging site, praying whilst a giant cat pukes a rainbow on her. And I was about to say, if that scene doesn't set you into a certain level of how high the craziness can go, then nothing will. But this was getting pretty close in places. This was getting pretty close.
Just
Um,
let her cook. You gotta let her cook.
yeah. But I honestly feel like when I watched this video, I just felt there was a pure joy on her face. Like she looked genuinely just like she was having the time of her life. And
Yeah.
that I think that for me kind of made the video almost as much as anything else. There's kind of that. If you've ever seen her TV program, this is a woman who cannot fake being happy. Like she's just not capable of it. Like some of the people I've seen her interview, like she did an interview with Scandal, and every member of Scandal brought like a little dish for her to try, like a little piece of
Mm.
food. And she tried all of them, and you could tell she, oh, that's lovely. Oh, that's amazing. Oh, that's lovely. And then she tries like Rena, the drummer's one last. And she tries it, and you could just see on her face that she's not enjoying it. And she's like,
is that like a droopy moment? I'm so happy.
It's a bit of that. It's kind of like, it's nice. And it's like, bro, it's like, for someone who's done
Yeah.
acting, she cannot fake happy. She cannot fake impressed. So, I just love that. And you could see like Rita was like, oh, this
Oh.
is so awkward. Like, but even though it was that moment where she had Atarashi Gakko on her TV show, and they were doing like the dancing right beside her, and I was just like, I want to go and sit down now. It's this beautiful kind of like a lack of fake that she transmits into the world. So bless her,
Yeah.
she's a absolute national treasure, that
I
woman.
love that.
Um,
On the basis of seeing this song, what would you want to, where would you want to see her go now? Like, obviously, you've seen obviously the other songs, expect them to be on the on this album, but if there's one area
I
where you
think
think
for
maybe is lacking, what would you say, Anna? Which direction would you like to see Anna go for the rest of the songs?
that is an interesting question because I mean, as you say, the question of lacking. I mean, obviously, I know what you mean by that, but obviously the issue that brings up is okay. So, is there anything lacking? And obviously, by the same token, we would expect that an artist can always do more because we want artists to always grow. So, okay, what is that space that she isn't covering? I would say that again, as I mentioned, the first three songs that she's shown off for this latest album have been, which is called Born Bomb. God, it's impossible to say. The I had to remind myself what it was called. The first three songs she's dropped for this have been very varied, very different. So if I say what I want her to do, it's going to be based on the precedent of what she's done before. I basically want her to surprise me. I don't want to sort of open up the album and go, oh, okay, it's a retread of the song you did before. Um, and the first album covers so much ground that it's almost difficult to avoid covering some of the same ground again. But I want her to just keep on being surprising. I guess that's the thing is that I feel if she every song she puts on this album, if every song feels like she genuinely had her heart in it, and yes, I know she works with writers, but she's obviously choosing them very well. And I know she takes a very vested interest in her projects. She writes lyrics, she gets very involved in the messaging and everything. So if she's making sure that every single song really has her heart in it, then I think by extension of that, you'll get an album that is creative. I think that's actually, to be honest, I think that is true of any creative. Obviously, some creatives have the means, like having staff writers, or they're just very talented writers themselves. Some people can create more, some are more limited in what they can do. Maybe they're just good at one sound. But if you have access to many sounds like Anna does, and you're always really channeling what is honest to you and you're being playful and you're enjoying writing songs and you're enjoying working on songs, then I think by extension that will lead to variation. It will lead to innovation. It will lead to interesting things coming from the album just because you cannot help but do that if you are acting in that creative way. And I think that's what she's doing. I think that's what she's doing. Um, I hope that's what she's doing. And I'm excited to see all of those bizarre things that go on in her head blasting out towards us in 3D animated, insane music videos and all kinds of other forms of expression. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm gonna have to try and see if she's playing when I'm over there, to be honest. Like to go and check out an Anna gig would
It's
be
not
absolutely
impossible to
amazing.
get tickets, actually. Considering
Yeah.
she's such a cultural phenomenon, it's actually not impossible to get tickets. She does make them quite available. Um, She's one of the easier pop stars to see because you don't have to jump through hoops so much. Yeah, there are sometimes lotteries, but you
Hmm.
don't have to jump through all these like fan club hoops with her like you do with a lot of other people. And she does have a she does have a fan club. So but they don't make it exclusive.
Yeah, fair enough. There's shots fired there. We know who you're talking about.
Well, I will also say she has the best named fan club in all of music. Um, can you think of a really good named fan club? Do you know any?
Fan club? It's gonna be something on the nose, isn't it? No, go on.
You say it on the nose, I think it's going to be anything but. The club is called Club Dental Mouse. Take your time.
Is there like a specific thing this is referencing, or is this just complete random?
there are some obscure references in there, but I don't think anyone's supposed to get it. I think you're just supposed to go with it's called Club Dental Mouse.
Dental mouse. Jesus Christ. That sounds like a really like off the shelf comic book or something like that that you'd see on the shelf, for 20p, and you'd be like, Club Dental Mouse. What is that? Who
Dental
is this?
Mouse. He teaches you about good dental hygiene.
Mm. So, but he's also a mouse, so he can never get
Ah,
into dental school.
and he's always in the club.
He's always in the club. He's a mouse that can't get into dental school that has a dental practice inside a club.
So yeah, anyway, I thought this was just a fantastic song. I'm totally excited for the new album, and yeah, I think Ano continues to be like one of the brightest lights in this country, and
Yeah.
therefore by extension in the world, because Japan is center of the world. Yeah, so I think just for me, she just continues to be just such an inspiration, and yeah,
Yeah, I like that. I
long,
like that. Again, guys, let us know in the comments and let us leave your
yeah.
thoughts. So let us know as well what you guys thought of the Anno video. Me personally, I thought it was aesthetically, it was amazing. I think she did a massively good job. But let us know if you're looking forward to the album, you know, the song itself. Yeah, just give us your overall thoughts. It's always good to see the comments, and we try to reply to them as much as we can. Um, Down below.
We'll
So
do our
yeah,
best.
we
We'll
do
do
our
our best.
best to scan through them. All the nice ones, anyway. We tend to ignore the pricks.
And unless we disagree with you,
Yeah,
let's put
yeah.
it this
Unless
way.
we disagree with you, in which case
Let's
you'll be getting ignored.
let's put it this way. If we agree with you, you'll get a message back from Neon. If we disagree with you, you'll get a message
This
back
is
from
back
me.
from
So
Howard. Yeah. No, that's the easy way to tell if you're on the naughty or nice list. So
if the reply to your message is 5 paragraphs long, then you know that you got a reply from me.
if the reply's from Benedict, then yeah, it could go either way. You're in trouble.
You'll get one sentence from Benedict. From me, you'll get a homework assignment.
So I
Anyway,
love it.
no, really great. So thank you to everyone for watching. Get those comments in, as Neon says, and remember to keep your ears to raised. East side, what?
No, West Side. I don't know what that is. B side. I don't know.
Your hand's broken.
Ah.
Ah.